Now that you have your data in mWater, I just want to show you what you can do with it. You can confirm the number of records, and then you see there's a visualization tab here. So you click on visualization, and this will also create some reports for you. And you see that on this particular day, you uploaded 69 reports. So you can view this, and at the end of the day, you will be able to see the number of records. Supposing you find it difficult to count all of these ones here, you can go to the visualization, and then you can look at this particular date, and you see the number of records. And then if you have more than one deployment, then you can select the name of the deployment here. So because it is one, so I'll just leave it. I don't need to select test deployments. Okay, and you can see the areas that this data are coming from. The sales are coming from. You see, we have sales from Hastings, around Newton, and Waterloo. You see visual here that give you a representation of each of those sales records. You see the name of the customers. You can see all of them here. And you see that in terms of the purchase amounts, you see that we have this visual that is showing it, and the volume also from 8 to 11 cubic meter. You see how many people, about 49 people, and you see that above 28 cubic, you see the number of people. And the good thing here is that this is interactive, so you can click on this and scroll up to the map again. You should be able to see those sites. Okay, I will uncheck again, and you see that you can see a quick view of your data. And if you want to create a report, you can just click this add to survey reports, and a report will be created for you. But let me create one dashboard from scratch. You can either create a dashboard if you want to just look at a specific report, or if you want to make multiple reports in one page, in one particular environment, then you can use the console. So the console will allow you to have multiple dashboards or multiple reports in one environment. So I will go to console, and I will make a new console. And for this, I will select dashboard, and I'll click on save for now, and give it the same name just for this example. So I'll say lab is data upload. Okay. So the first thing I would like to see is the number of records that I have uploaded. So I'm going to add this title here. Click, and you see field. So I will click on field, select data source, survey, and you see lab is data upload. And let me just select this, and I'll say the number of upload and say, okay. So you see I have 69 records. I can choose to expand this, make it huge. And now I have my records. So I will add some text here. I'll say total records. I have this, so this will be a pointer for me. At any time I upload, I will see the total there. Okay. Let me just take one of my favorite visual here, which is the pivot table. I'll just click and drag, drop it to this open canvas here, and then click on it. I need to point this particular pivot table to this source. And this works the same way it does in Excel. The pivot table is very, very good in summarization. So it does the same thing here. Because of that, I'll use that idea to configure this particular pivot table. So for the rows, I'll select the operator here. And the columns, I'll say 3 bits. And instead of the exact dates, I'll say the week. Yeah. And then I'll just leave the values here to see, because the goal here is to see how many transactions we have processed by a specific operator. So I'll just click on save. And you see that in week 5, home loan processed 49 records, and Theodora Mobile here processed 20. Okay, it's just a quick one. I should have copied this, but because of this demonstration, I'll create another one. I'll drag another pivot table here, click on it, point to the same data source. And for the row here, I'll select the customer name. And for the values, I'll click on it and say the total volume purchased. Instead of latest here, I'll click on this latest and change it to total. And I'll click on save. So you see that Bangor Street purchased 18.6 in total, and you'll see all of the totals here. So now I can click on this heading and say total volume purchased, and click on save. I have it now. Okay, so now you can see all of the sites and the total amount of water that they have bought. Now I want to add maybe the amount equivalence of these volumes. So I will click on either this plus or this one, depending on the location you want to add your field. I'll click on this because I want it to be left. I'll click on this and click on edit, single column, and name it as total purchase amount. Okay, and then click on the field here and go to the calculations and say total, select purchase amount, and instead of latest again, I'll say total and say okay. So say that based on our currency, Bangor Street has bought 150 million, and Bonhouse 1,000 million, and you will see all of the records here. And you can even choose to sort. Click on this and you add a sort here. You sort it by the total purchase amount. Instead of latest, again, you select total and click on save. Okay, so now you see that it has sort this record set, this data set from smallest to largest. I don't want to view it this way. I would like to see the largest to the smallest. So I'll click on the same field again. And instead of ascending here, I'll select descending. Select OK, save. So you see that we have high tension and burnouts having about the same amounts. You will see the volumes here varies because of the settings. There are some volumetric adjustments to each of these sites based on the land agreements that we have. So it doesn't matter here. But you see that they have purchased the same amount, and you see high tension burnouts, Fuller Street, and most of these sites here have bought some huge amounts, followed by the sellers. So you see how you can make sense of the data and say, I want to have a particular pivot table that will just look for the top 5 purchasers. I'll click on this. Mind you, I'm still on the edit mode, so I'll click on this, click and hold, drag to this clipboard because I don't want to start from scratch again. Drop it there. So I have made a copy of this and click from the clipboard and drag it to the right. Okay. So now I will name this as top five customers. Okay. And now I'm going to click the filters now that will just look for the top 5. Already this one is sorted from largest to smallest, and that is what it should do first. So because I have done the sorting, I'll click on this. And sorry, let me just click on this other field again. Configure. Okay. Show values. I think this particular feature is not available here, so I'll delete and use the table. So I'll click on the table widget, click and drop to this canvas, and then points to the record source. So now select the customer name and add another field. Select the purchase amount. And then I will add the order here. So I'll click on ordering. I select purchase amount. And instead of ascending, I'll just click on reverse. And this will sort it from largest to smallest. And now, in terms of the number of rows to show, I only want to see the top 5. So instead of the max 1000, I'll just say five rows, and then close. So you see that I only have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are the top 5. So that is how you'll see the top 5 customers. I'm going to add some labels here. And this I will name as um, purchased by customer for this. And I'll try them. So to do that, you need to select the text widget and drag it to this end. And you'll see it's available here. So you can click and say top 5 customers or top performing customers, depending on what you want to name it. And you can also add some layout customizations. So I can click on layout and say frame. So I have it framed like this, and you can select the view that you would like to see by default, whether it's a laptop or a desktop or a phone, depending on what you or how you want to view this data. Okay, so I've done this. I'll just click close, and you see my data is well laid out now. I can also add some filters here by going to the settings. And if I'm dealing with more than one deployment, which will screw up my data, if I want to look at a specific market, it is here you will control that particular parameters. So in this, I'll click on add filter, and in the response metadata, you see that there is a deployment here. You can click on deployment and select your deployment. So at the end of the day, you have filtered your data to that specific deployment. And on these quick filters, you can be able to add filter by customer or by date or whatsoever. So I'm going to click on add quick filter. And of course, this is my data. So I will select the date and give it a name. Filter by date. Click on save. So now you see the filter here. So I can select yesterday to just see the records that I had yesterday. So I'll click on this one and see that yesterday there is no record. So let me see today, no record again. And last month, this month, and we see my records now. So all of them are here. And you can add another filter again. Let me see. I will go to settings and add another quick filter. Say I want to look at specific customers here, or instead of specific customers, let me dive a little bit deep into the data. So I'll say I want to look at a specific service area. So now, because I type the data to the site using the ID, I'm going to click on customer ID, and you see a whole bunch of these attributes that are available by default. So I'll click on custom fields and select service area. Okay, so now I'll add a label, service area, and click on save. Okay, So now if I click and say Basatan, you see that most of this high sales is coming from Basatan. I have two records, say Cambodia. I have one record. So you can filter by service area. You can have a whole bunch of filter there, and you can do a lot of analysis because of that site question. And say you want to add sites. I can have an image widget here and point it to click on it, point, say select from data, have this upload again, and I will click on the photo of the data. Okay, for now you won't see any. Okay, I have one here, but if I decide to add another filter, which is going to look at the customer name, say filter by site and save, then you'll be able to look at a particular site and see a picture of the site. Bridget, good, you see a picture of the site. So you can make sense of that single upload, and you can tweak the data in various forms to suit your reporting needs. So this is just an idea of how you can build your data, hence you have it uploaded in mWater. But one thing I would say it's a rule is that you need to make sure that you have all your records tied to their unique mWater IDs. And hence you have that correct. You create your form, you upload your data, then you will always have this particular dashboard automatically updated. You will create it once, and then it will be updated automatically at any time you add new records. Say I want to, let me just do the last one. Say I want to see all the records here. I'll name this as summary, and I'll add another table below, and click on it, go to the data source, and from this I'll add the dates, say transaction dates, click on the customer name here, customer, then purchase amount, and volume, say total volume. In fact, I'll just say volume. And for each of these, I will add a summary. I will add another summary here. You can choose to add, so make it an average if you want to look at average, or you can look at it by the totals. So I'm going to close this. Now I have all my records. Let me just clear the filter here. And now you will be able to see all of the records, and at the bottom, you will see the total volume and the total amount. Okay. Let me just adjust this. Okay, I'll add a space here. Okay, so let me take this out for you. Okay, so this is just a brief summary of how you can make use of the data. Um, with editing, it is already saved. And if you want to share it to other mWater users, you can click on share and you can type the viewers here. Okay.